noticed that in order to move forward, you need to learn, you need to look back. And this is exactly what we're doing now, is we're doing this traditional sleeve so that we can make an innovative version of it. So I think that I'll take from here is the traditions, the craftsmanship of the past, and then from this I'll be able to make my own and do it in such a way that in my concept and such. So. I'm Valera, graduating fashion design and merchandising student this October 2017. I was thinking of designing a more modern version of the terno butterfly sleeves, but in the concept of my previous collection for the fashion show. My collection then it's actually quite similar because I was getting inspired by Filipino tribes and Filipino inspirations and such, so I wanted to make it to a more modern and urban version, so it's quite similar.
Sir, I am Renzel Galieta, a graduating fashion design student from CSP this October 2017. Yung dinesign ko for this exhibit is a mix between Valera's aesthetic and my aesthetic. And then yung mga elements na I incorporated is some of his long trains that is manipulated to the silhouettes that I normally gravitate to. Siguro not in the sense na I love making glamorous clothes, but with this legacy, I think it would be nice so in the future na makilala ka as one of the malay natin national artists din. But yeah, it would be nice.
I'm Mamoru Oki, 113-71218, and I'm graduating this October. We're actually planning to use this modernized Filipiniana for the Manila Fashion Festival because we're selected to be part of it together with my partner Abraham. So yeah, we're planning to use this for our last piece just to show the versatility of the brand. Something like that.
Well, this is the traditional way of making the butterfly sleeves. We use a kanyamaso, so it's a very hard material, so it's quite difficult to sew, and it's mostly bespoke to make this. It's all hand sewing mostly. So when I was making this, it really made me realize the hard work on making this traditional sleeve. The folding, it's very intricate. It's a lot of sewing. And it's actually really nice. It made me realize about the culture of the Philippines. And I noticed the pattern of the terno. When you open it up, it actually looks like the sun. So it's quite true. I wonder if it was a coincidence or an inspiration.
So this butterfly sleeves, normally para siyang nakikita lang natin siya as beautiful, very glamorous, one of the symbols of the Philippine history. But meron siyang painstaking work na nag-undergo dito since very meticulous siyang gawin. There's a lot of hand stitching involved, and then basting. There's a process na kailangan mong i-follow para makakuha mo yung perfect and then yung national symbol natin na tamang-tama.
This one is actually very tricky because of the kanyamaso. It's really hard to find, but our friend got one, so we just asked her to get some for us. It's really hard because the kanyamaso is a bit sharp and a bit harder than usual, so you can poke yourself or something from the edges because it's raw. It's like a chicken wire that it's smaller, so I feel like, but it's really enjoyable to do because it's something new and it's something that all Filipino fashion designers should know because it's from our roots. And even though like you're an avant-garde designer, something like this is really important. I feel like it's all about experimentation. With learning this basic sleeve for the terno, meaning I can play around with it since I know how to construct it. So from me knowing how to construct it, I learned how to deconstruct it, like something like that.
I think it came from Valera as well because this pattern was, as from our professors, like based on his. Well, what I know is that he's our national artist and that he modernized the Filipiniana attire, which is quite interesting because it's what we're also trying to do now is to modernize his modernization. So it's pretty cool. He still incorporates the Filipiniana attire and such. So I think he does, but he does it in a more Western way actually. When I notice his designs, he develops his designs in a more Western and such. And I guess I believe it's from that time, the century, with the Westerners coming in, he got more inspired by them and such. So I guess he fused it in a way, in its own. Well, what our professor said, it's a standard pattern, but what you adjust is here. Like example, if it's a quite big arm, you have to minus this an inch and such, but you have to make sure that the height is 3 inches to 2 inches. So there always has to be a height because some terno sleeves they go down, so they don't look like a butterfly sleeve anymore. So to follow the standard.
Before ni-research ko din yung history ng butterfly sleeves, kung saan siya nanggaling and then how it transformed into the image that it is now, nalaman ko kung paano naging ganun yung na-shape yung Filipinos and then the Filipinas na nagsusuot nito before. Yung meticulousness ng paggawa ng isang butterfly sleeves, pwede ko siyang i-incorporate sa craftsmanship ko na hindi lang pwedeng ganito lang yung gagawin. Dapat there's a process and then know the history of what you're doing.
I think I learned what Valera is. Every detail is key because from his works, everything is so detailed, everything is so ornate. So I think that's one thing that all designers should do. Like always focus on details and always be precise in everything. Something like that. Because our brand likes something big, something voluminous, and we like to put some little details like beadings in some part. So it's actually edgy but somewhat feminine because of the feminine beadings that we put.
It's a good opportunity for us, the students of CSB, to create something that is inspired by Ramon Valera, our national artist. And then parang naisip ko rin na since he's one of the most historical and then one of the most recognized designers here in the Philippines, it's a good example na it's the mashing up of the past and the future, and then letting the younger and the newer generation of designers know more about the history of the Philippines and how the butterfly sleeves transformed through our history.
I think it's an eye-opener because one of our mentors said that it's really hard to do the terno sleeves that's really traditional, like because some designers misuse or misconceptualize it to something easy to do because some designers forget to do this properly. So I think it's a good to have it na tinuro sa amin ng maayos. I think what I got from the Japanese tradition is the construction. I like everything to be precise and with quality. So I think it's somewhat the same with the Filipino because I think Filipino culture also has that like details and like quality. I think Filipino also has that. But for the Japanese, I think they're more of the clean lines and more of the like simple and very more hand stitched, something like that. So I think I got from the Japanese, like a clean process of everything.
I respect it. I respect everyone who goes through this actually, and it's really in the craftsmanship, I believe, and I think this is still important to learn, and it's important to value this. So.
In my perspective, normally yung iba, they research about Western designs and then other designers na hindi naman based on the Philippines. First of all, siguro, they need to look inside themselves, inside this country, what they can be inspired of, and then from that, manipulate it into what they want to do with it. Basta, be truly Filipino as a designer. That's important.
Overall, I find this a very interesting, and I actually am so honored to be part of this project because I really want to learn more about the past and such, and I find it very nice how we're doing this for Valera, a national artist. Because I noticed, well, actually, in all honesty, I didn't really hear much about him before, so it's really great that I'm hearing about him now, and that people also, when they see the exhibit, they'll know more about him, they'll know more about our culture, and that's very important.